Hello guys, welcome back to another Behind the Punish. Today we have a special guest. His name is Franna Williams. I hope you know him. If you don't, tell us a bit about yourself. Maybe if you stream or if you record some videos, so the people in the audience can know.
Oh yes, I'm using nickname Fran or Franna Williams. I'm from Korea and presently living in Hungary.
I see, I see. Okay, so we'll start off. We'll go into the intro and we'll continue to the interview. Now I'm going to ask the guest a multiple of questions, but here's the catch. This is going to be all done while fighting each other to make the overall experience a bit more exciting. So we're back guys, hopefully you enjoyed the intro. Starting off the first question. Fran, if I might ask, has uh, the integration to the EU community been easier than you expected, or has anyone been more more reluctant to play against you because you're for example from Korea? Did you see any increase of people playing you, or have people not been friendly in the EU?
I think I got some messages on Twitch said like go back to Korea or like that.
Oh no, oh
But,
no.
but most of the people, I think, they are kind of friendly. And I don't know if that's actually because they are popular and they are kind of many people know them. That's why they're become friendly. But I can feel the sincerity from them.
In most of them, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's really good.
No,
The
no,
community.
the community, yeah. It is quite. For my experience, I would think that the community is quite close in regarding to playing against each other and trying to help each other. I don't think if you do you agree with that statement that they want to help each other improve, or
Uh, I didn't feel like that actually because most of the time I had to practice by myself,
I see.
and there was one incident that I felt like, okay,
Like
they are,
they're against me.
yeah, it's not like against me, it's just they practice me to win me, not really helping me.
I see, I see. So
Yes.
training. They're playing against you just to train how to beat you, basically, not just to better yourselves mutually. They just want you to beat you, basically, instead of helping each other
I,
out.
it's not like generally, but there was one player who I thought like that, and he used the character I know when he was playing with me, and he knew that I didn't know that character.
I see. So he used
And
it to his advantage, basically.
yeah, and he just used the characters I know when he was practicing with me, and in the tournament, he just destroyed with the new character. And after that, I didn't play with him.
You were like, come on, bro. How could you? How could you? I've exposed
Yeah,
myself, and you betrayed me like that.
yes, exactly.
Oh no, oh no. So, some people I've heard in Twitch chat say that you don't typically play like a normal Korean. Do you think the perception of foreigners to Korean play has hindered you from actually playing good, or do you think like the perception is totally wrong on how we view Koreans? Uh,
I think it's totally wrong
mhm.
because that most people from Korea they have watched. It's they are like the top players in Korea, and somehow there could be a common play style among them, right? But I don't think that is the Korean stereotype.
Mhm.
And there are so many good players in Korea who have a strange play styles. For example, everybody knows I'm musician,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
And
he do,
Junting also, and I think there the most important thing in this game is winning.
yeah, yeah,
No, no matter how the player plays, if that players win
winning.
consistently, that
Then
will make that play style strong, right?
yeah, yeah, like if you're winning, then how can someone say you're not good if you're winning?
Yeah,
That's how I feel like it as well. I disagree with some people who say, like, for example, he doesn't play Korean, like, and they associate being not aggressive to being Korean, which I don't really understand why. But some people need to break the stigma that you have to play like fundamentally in a way that that's how you play Korean. You know, I hate that
yes,
stigma, to be honest. I don't know if you do as well.
yes, and you can just take advantage of that if that player, if you think that player is that player's playstyle is not good, you can just take advantage of it and win.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, since we're talking about playstyles, have you seen, like, what's the major difference you've seen between EU playstyle and like the people you used to play back at Korea?
Oh yeah, I recently felt there is a difference. Uh, when I first came to Europe Tekken scene, I didn't think like okay there is a much difference. Like okay, there are just good players and worse players, but recently I feel like there is a difference between those two Tekken scenes, and I think the thing is that European players, because of the connection
Yeah,
mainly, they don't have much faith in their playstyles. I mean,
they play
they're
more online. If I can understand you correctly, right? They play more like with online gimmicks instead of actually playing how you would play in a tournament offline.
yeah, I can feel like they don't have like faith in their defense mostly,
They rely on
and
other things rather than
yeah,
defense.
because there, for example, Lily's forward forward four or like Leo's down back four, things like that, who claims that people in the top level in Korea, they all know they are all reactable.
Mm-hmm.
Like Alisa's full crouch mix-ups or things like that. We all know it's reactable, so people who are in really high level don't use that. But
While here they still use it.
yeah, I mean, it's okay to use that, but you have to know that they are reactable in real world, not in four
Mm.
bars. So,
Ah. I agree. I
and
agree.
like Lars is down by four, for example. Um, and you know, we are the most important games for competitive players are tournaments, right?
Yeah, and offline tournaments as well.
Yeah, but since it's online recently, we have to
Adapt.
um, set our strategy to win online.
Hmm.
So because of that, we have to decide rather to win, not to only defend those reactable things.
Hmm. So you have
So
to change your place, are you saying?
yes, but it's really sad because we have to change our play styles to play the fake Tekken,
Mm-hmm.
and there are some options to choose, and one of them is mashing the buttons, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to stay from opponent's fake reactable lows.
Just to counteract his fake unreactable
Yes,
lows, you have to
yes,
to mash more so they don't work on you. Basically, is what I'm trying to understand. Is that
yes,
correct?
and so that makes European players to mash buttons more.
Yeah, yeah. I too tend to agree with you that, for example, the general ranked matches in EU are more mashy people, and they just say, it worked once online, it will work offline as well. So I think I get what you're trying to say. For
I
example,
mean,
yeah,
yeah.
continue.
Even good players, they cannot adhere their defensive playstyle because of those because of reactable things become unreactable. If that happens, it makes too many options to choose when we play defensive. Uh, if things remain reactable, the opponent doesn't have much options to
Smash.
maintain his pressure. But if we can't react the lows, which is meant to be reactable, there are so many options to consider, and that makes defensive playstyle so hard.
And
That's
nowadays,
why, yes, that's why even good players has to mash buttons here.
like without them without them even noticing that they have to mash to either win in tournaments, since the connection you feel like is way worse than what
Yes, that's right.
um
So here we cannot play how we played before in Korea.
I see. Okay. I see. So, a different question to this: was your perception of EU skill? Was it like, are you gonna win easily when you first came here, or did you think we were more difficult than you actually faced?
Uh, actually, I didn't start playing in European scene right after I came to Europe because it's been a while. I came here. At 2018 maybe, or 19 or 18 maybe. But I started playing Tekken after 2 years, more than 2 years. So I was so rusty. I was rusty as hell. I didn't think like it will be really easy to win anyone because I knew that I was really rusty.
So you came in with an open mind, saying, "I'm rusty. Anyone can beat me if I don't properly train
Exactly.
myself." Regarding this the overall skill, which country do you believe that Tekken is in the forefront at? Like, some people might say Pakistan is being like the forefront of the level of Tekken being played. Some might argue Japan or Korea would be the leading countries. What do you think about yourself?
I think I cannot say anything about that because it's been a while. There hasn't been any offline tournaments recently, and since I heard Korean players are much better than before, and I heard so many things about that. Korean players are really good now. They are like crazy. So, but I know that Pakistanis are really good also. They all recent offline tournaments, they just beat really strong players
Ah,
all around the world. So
like I'll give an example. For example, the offline tournament we had in Ukraine. two
yes.
Pakistanis two Pakistanis met in the grand final. But I don't think that was the reason because they came to finals, because they came to the finals, in my opinion, because always they always had throughout the year, throughout COVID, they still went to offline matches and played with each other. Most of Europeans and other countries, they didn't. So I think they have the edge in that regard, that they still played offline against each other. So they know how an offline tournament should be played.
Hmm.
And then our people who from EU are always being played in an online tournament instead. So I think that's where they took an advantage over, apart from Arsenal Nash. Arsenal Nash is good, you know. I'm not gonna say because online did us bad, because Arsenal Nash is very good. No one can argue that he's not good.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of agree that you can't really say who's on top. So that's my opinion. I agree with your answer. So we're talking about offlines. So when we can go compete, which country do you think you will go to first?
Which country? I think it will be Korea for me, since I will go back to Korea for a while in months. So maybe if I have a chance to attend offline tournaments there, it will be my first. And after that, I am planning to go travel other countries like UK or Vienna, since they invited me to come, and like that. I have so many plans to travel.
I see, I see. So wherever Tekken brings you, you're gonna continue playing basically.
Yes.
For example, I know there's going to be an offline tournament in Ireland. I'm going to try to participate there as well. So it generally brings where's there the opportunity where people might go, you know. So
Yeah.
I know you change a lot of characters. Do you believe in changing characters due to matchups, or do you believe in character loyalist being the better option?
I used to play only Anna before, since I knew that my best option is Anna, no matter how the matchup is. But recently, I feel like Ganyu became a kind of safer option to me, since there are some characters Anna cannot beat. For example, Lydia or Kunimitsu. It's so hard for Anna to win. So and there are so many good players playing those two characters, and I think Ganyu is a safer option for me now. So mostly I'll pick Ganyu, and if I think Anna would work, I'll pick Anna. And for some certain characters like Lily, I'll play Elisa. So it's kind of player-wise, I'm fighting against. Like Kalak, he uses Lily and Lydia, so there is no reason I would choose Anna.
So
So I'll go for
you go for Alyssa basically if you're playing against
Lisa
Kala
or Ganyu.
or
Yes, yes.
Garnering. Oh, I see. So you believe in counter picking basically.
Yes, I think it's a better option for me.
Okay. Before our last question, so this is going to be a different question. Which do you prefer, European food or Korean food?
Korean food,
Korean food, and why is that?
because they have more spiciness, and the there wasn't no much chance for me to eat real European good food here.
I see. So you haven't been able to taste European food. I know
No.
Hungary has a lot of meat dishes that people would like to try. And for example, I'm Maltese. Like our food is like our pride, you know. And if you would say to us you don't like our food, it would be a very offensive thing to say. If you ever if you ever come to here, so I would want you to experience it someday. That if you would come here to Malta or any other country, for example, I know Italy has very great food. So
Yes.
I don't think I've ever eaten authentic Korean food, so I wouldn't say I know what Korean food would taste like. But if you say that you prefer Korean food over European, it's it's solely because you think it's spicier. That's all. Or
No, it's just like, you know, the taste of homeland, you know.
okay, okay. So you prefer like something that's more familiar with how
Yeah,
you grown up, right?
there is no it's taste is subjective, you know. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah. I agree.
like
I
yes.
agree.
But if I can taste some really good dishes in Europe, maybe it could change, right?
It could be, yeah. So our last question, I like to end it off with a bit of a joke question. Why do you hate 2Ds as much as you do, as people say you do?
Oh, I actually don't hate 2D. I just hate 4-bar 2Ds.
For you hate bar 2Ds basically.
Yeah, if I can react to those 2Ds in really good connection, like Korea, it wouldn't be a problem because it is well balanced. I think Tekken is well balanced, but if it comes to 4-bar, it is really hard to fight against 2Ds. That's why I hate those situations.
Situations, I see. So basically, you're saying Pika, he has bad internet.
But Pika and I actually we always fight in 4 bars, so I'm really curious how it will be.
At offline, at offline
Yeah,
again.
when it becomes offline or 5 bars situation. I
Uh,
won't say it will be easy for me to win because we don't know what will happen.
I know.
'Cause,
I understand.
yeah,
I understand. I'm only joking. I'm a friend of Pika, and he knows that sometimes connection can carry himself. Even for example, he knows that the connection can carry the opponent as well. So it is something that we have to deal with today. So hopefully from next year we'll have offlines and be much better, and we can truly say who is the better 2D fighter in Europe, and we can also say who's the actual champion in Europe once the offline community is set. Apart from that, do you have anything else to say? This is the end of the interview. Do you have any like Twitter that I can shout it out for you?
uh, something good. Actually, offline is now coming, right?
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
I feel it's coming. And since offline will be soon, I'm searching for a sponsor actually
Okay.
to make me available to travel and um,
Be able to compete
yeah, make some
throughout.
good results.
Okay, guys, if any sponsors are is listening to this video, you know what to do. You can hit him up on Twitter or on his live stream on Twitch. So you do you guys. It's been me, Leonidas, and it's been Fran, and I hope you had a wonderful stay at the video, and thank you very much. And if you liked it so much, oh no, press the like button and subscribe. See you guys in another episode. Bye bye.